Hi, I'm Jake with the team here at Projul. This video will give an overview of Projul's budget and job costing features. With Projul's job costing features, you can stop the frequent problem of figuring out your way over budget after the job has been completed. Using these streamlined budgeting and job costing features, you can get real-time profitability updates without spending hours writing out your expenses with a paper and pen. To start, I'll show how easy it is to manage job costing within Projul. First, I'll navigate to my project page and find a project with a recent expense to add. From here, I can click on the 9-square menu on the top right to access my project budget. On this page, I can quickly see information about my profitability on this job on both my individual line items from my estimate and the total project on the bottom. To add in an expense, I can either simply adjust the actual to-date number on any line item, or I can expand a line item and add an expense if I would like to track multiple expenses under one line item. Once I have tracked all the expenses for my item, I can select the Done box on my item and check in on the profitability for both this item and the overall project. Now let's take a look at how the budget feature functions within Projul. First, the project budget can be accessed by either opening the estimate associated with the project you're wanting to budget for, selecting the 3-dot menu on the top right, and pressing Project Budget Job Costing. Or you can navigate to the project page and find the correct project, select the 9-square menu on the top right, and press See Budget. As a quick overview to the budget page, you'll notice several line items listed. These are all the line items contained within the estimate associated with this project. Creating an accurate estimate is the core of a strong budget within Projul. To learn how to create estimates within Projul, go ahead and check out our estimates video, which will pop up on the screen now. Looking at the different columns of the budget page, on the far left you'll see the name and type of line item. For example, this is a labor item titled Install Cabinets. Next, you can add notes to the line items using an open text box with text editing capabilities. To the right of the notes section, you will see the company cost of this item as it was entered into your estimate. Next is where you can edit the actual cost you have spent on this item to date. This can be expanded and multiple expenses can be added under the same line item by clicking on the Record Actual button. To the right of this, you'll see a Done checkbox. Clicking on this checkbox will mark this item as finished and give your projected profit for this line item. If you have entered any expenses that are in excess of the expected cost, that button will automatically be marked and your negative profits will be shown on the right side. Your actual expenses can still be edited while the item is marked as done. However, your profits won't be calculated until that box is checked to ensure your profit numbers are correct. Next, you'll see a cost to complete column, which shows you how much money you're still projected to spend on any given line item. Now on the far right, you'll see 3 profitability statistics. First, your margin will be calculated for both what is currently projected based on your entered expenses and what was initially projected based on what was entered into your estimate. Lastly, on the right side, it will show your projected profit based on the expenses you have entered. Moving to the bottom of the project budget, you'll notice a Record Expense button. This will allow you to add in an expense that was not listed in your original estimate. When I click the Add Expense button, I can select the Edit pencil to change the name of the expense. I can add in notes for this item, add the actual cost, and mark whether it was expected or unexpected. An unexpected expense will count against your overall profits, while an expected expense will not. Next, I'll see a summary of my discounts. It will show the discounts I added in my estimate in comparison to the discounts that have been applied to the invoices. My next option is to add an overhead percentage. This will add whatever percentage I specify as a cost to my entire estimate. Expenses such as a building lease, office staff, utilities, and vacation or sick pay are still costs incurred by your company, but are rarely included in the line items of an estimate. If you'd like to factor in those additional expenses without adding them into your line items, that overhead can be added as a percentage of your total cost to ensure you're making money on every job. Moving a little lower, we have a totals bar, which will show the amount of labor hours you estimated for, how many hours were actually scheduled for this project, and how many hours were clocked by your employees. Next, you'll see the total cost of this project from your estimate, a total of the expenses from this project, how much you have left to spend based on your estimated costs, as well as your projected margin, your margin based on your estimate, and your total projected profits. Now that we've covered the main features of the project budget, here are some other features you'll notice on the budget page. First, I can leave notes for the entire budget on the very bottom. This is an open text box with no character limit that also has some text styling options on the bottom. Next, time which is tracked by employees on this project will automatically be brought into the project budget. This time can appear in one of two ways based on how the task was scheduled. If you export your labor items from your estimate into tasks, as was shown in our estimate video, and then track time on those tasks, the time punches will appear under the specific line items they were clocked in on. If instead, a task is created manually but is still linked to the project, time logs will appear under the additional clocked time section. Another nice feature to prevent profit loss on all your jobs is the Update Template button. If you notice that a line item is costing you more than you originally anticipated, you can update that line item template for the future to ensure you're not selling any items at a loss. Lastly, the three-dot menu on the top right of the budget will allow you to edit the estimate associated with this project or to print or save this project budget as a PDF. If you have any questions about budgeting within Projul, please contact our success team at 844-394-8541 or email us at support@projul.com. Thank you.